DJ these
Bang
days.
in
But,
technique.
so neither of us know this genre, but I just wanted to say happy birthday to all of the punks out there.
Yes, this year British punk music is celebrating a big anniversary, and Carrie went to market with a band that started it all.
40 years ago, a landmark gig took place at this famous venue, the 100 Club in Oxford Street.
The lineup included newly formed band The Damned, and just a few months later, they went on to release the very first ever UK punk single, New Rose.
It was never us saying, we want to do that before anyone else does. It was more a case of we were ready.
Even if it all stopped there,
Yeah.
I would have been like, yeah, did it.
The Damned were at the forefront of the new movement kick-started by the Sex Pistols here in London.
40 years on, its birth is being celebrated by a special exhibition here at the British Library.
What punk did was question the status quo and look at the way things were done. Look at the way record companies operated, look at the way gigs were put on, look at the way music was supposed to be. And then they thought, well, you don't have to do it this way. It might be a lot more fun by doing it another way. To reflect the fact that punk was central to the culture of the late 70s, it's very important that we collect the records, print material, everything that goes with it, so that people in the future can actually compare the mainstream culture with the counterculture.
The Damned emerged from a close-knit scene of like-minded people when founder member Brian James advertised for a drummer.
This guy come down with ginger hair. He said, my name's Chris Miller. And he sat on the drum chair and he attacked the drum kit. He really attacked it, and it was great.
Chris, rechristened Rat Scabies, introduced Brian to former gravedigger Dave Vanian after meeting him at a Sex Pistols gig.
I'd been one of these kids who sang at records in his bedroom. And I basically lied. You know, I said...
I knew it.
Yeah. See, after all this time, he never knew. I basically lied that I was a singer to get the job.
They were joined by bassist Ray Burns.
And he was very quiet, in actual fact, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of those.
Yeah. I think the second gig we did, he invented himself as Captain Sensible.
We just clicked. We went on there with 100% energy and attitude and confidence.
Yeah. And you'd be us against the world, you know.
A lot of that scene was really political. Were you guys anarchists?
No. Personally speaking, never, no. The only anarchy that I was interested in was on stage, the music, where there's no bars. I love avant-garde jazz, and I wanted to play rock and roll like that, you know? I wanted freedom.
Their single, New Rose, perfectly captured the moment.
It's about the emerging punk scene. And finally, the music I wanted to play, I met people to do it with, you know, and it was just an exciting time. So an exciting song come out because of it.
Music's inspired by its situation. You know, it was a tough time to live, but to be honest, it was a really optimistic time. Creativity was everywhere. Everybody had something to do or say suddenly, and it looked like we'd have a way of doing it.
I never thought this could happen to me.
Now, the Damned managed to get the first release out in 1976. How did they do that?
Mainly because they were on an independent label, Stiff Records. Having an independent label gives you the ability to be a lot more flexible. And Stiff probably didn't have the kind of high production values that EMI would have had. They wouldn't have had the production schedule that EMI would have had. And so they were able to put the Damned in a studio for a day or so and then think, oh, it's a bit rough around the edges, but bang, let's put it out. And so they did.
The Damned also went on to release the first punk album and became the first British punk band to tour the USA. Dave Vanian and Captain Sensible are still touring as The Damned today. While Brian has his own band, here giving us a special performance of New Rose back in the 100 Club after all these years.
What does it mean to you today when you look back and you think our record was the first ever punk record in the UK?
It's just one of those things. Someone had to be first, you know. It become first, second, third, fourth, what the hell, you know what I mean? It's still the best.
Wish I'd written it, but there you go.
Thank you so much to Carrie. Speaking of music, we've got to have a quick Take That update.
A roundup.
20 seconds.
Recording new music.